Hello again, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Andrew. I'm using the headset again for this video and the other videos that I record today because, someone's having a bit of a party with some music, and I tried recording on my webcam, and it was picking up the music. So I did a little bit of a test, and it seems like this microphone isn't able to pick it up as well. So my voice quality might not be quite as good, but I have to get through these videos. I have to film them, so it is what it is. So doing an episode of Coffee Thoughts. I have here my big mug of coffee. As you can see, it's a quite big cup, and so grab yourself a cup of Java and come and join me. First, I'm filming this on Good Friday of Easter, and I just wanted to wish everyone who celebrates Easter a happy Easter. I'm also aware that we are also in the middle of Ramadan and Passover, so to the people who celebrate those, I hope you have a good holiday as well, or festival, or whatever you guys consider it. Got a lot to talk about, and hopefully I don't want this to be too long a video, but let's start with my week, or my last couple of weeks. It's just been insane. Everyone out of the woodwork has wanted my attention. I had like 3 days the last couple of weeks where like 15 people all wanted to get together with me, and it was just I don't know why all of a sudden at this point in time this had to happen. I mean, I have 365 days where we could have all gotten together, but apparently everyone wanted to do it in the last couple of weeks, so I've been kind of run crazy between that and just regular old life stuff happening. So that's why last week I only made the one Tim Hortons video, and that was literally the only time I had to make videos, was just make that one, do a very rough quick edit, and then just get it up, pre-schedule it for release, and then just, that was it. Like, I tried to sit down for others, and I never had time. So it is what it is. It pushes back my religion series a little bit, but there was no way I could do more than that. Not only that, but on top of that, unfortunately, my cat was not feeling well and had to go to the vet, which is a nice bill for me that I wasn't expecting, but it is what it is. You got to do it. So he's okay now. No big deal. They got him all fixed up. He's doing a lot better, you can tell. We may or may not see him either in this video or the other videos. It's getting close to his feeding time, so he'll be probably telling me pretty soon, hey, I'm hungry, feed me. He generally likes to pop up here and tell me to my face, so you might see him, you might not, I don't know. Alright, next I want to send a thank you out. And this thank you goes to a commenter. Their name is Kim Krieger. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But Kim Krieger left me a comment on my Jewish Decide video, pointing out, hey, by the way, isn't it supposed to be deicide? Of course it is. Of course it is. But the thank you is not only just for correcting me, it's also the way that you thanked me as well. So Kim corrected me in a very positive, very not embarrassing way, which you rarely see that anymore, which is an unfortunate thing. A lot of times, people would have gone on there and said, and it's so easy to do because who knows who you really are, but hey idiot, oh, this is supposed to be deicide, not decide. You don't know what you're talking about. It would have been so easy for someone to do that. And so thank you again, Kim, for letting me know that I had made that mistake, and also doing it in a way that was it brought light to the fact that I had messed up, but also in a way that was kind and nice. And I think we need to do more of that. Okay, so I also want to explain that stupid whole mistake I did, because it was stupid. So I was writing out. When I'm talking about something that is like historical or there's facts involved, I do research. I check and I do research, and I write up a little page, usually page and a half, something like that, of information that I might want to get in my video, and then from that I kind of have it all in my head. I tend to find if I type it out, it stays in my head better than if I just like read something and then a couple days later make a video. So I did that, and I made a spelling mistake the first time I wrote deicide, and it corrected it to decide. And my brain, being my brain, which is well, it's an interesting brain, let's put it that way. It then mentally was like, oh yeah, Jewish decide, obviously, duh. Now everything I had read, it was deicide. I knew it was deicide, but my brain just in that moment was like, yes, this must be right. And then it almost like secondarily agreed with itself and saying like, yeah, see, they had the decision. It was their choice. They decided. It was Jewish decide. No, it was obviously Jewish deicide, the killing of God, or well, Jesus in this point. But then just automatically, every time I typed it, it just came out decide, and then it was weird because as I was making the thumbnail and as I was posting the video, I'm like, something isn't right with this, but I couldn't figure out what it was. And sometimes just because of the anxieties that I deal with, sometimes that feeling is just there no matter what. So I couldn't find it. I rewatched the video. I couldn't see anything wrong with it because my brain had just decided that decide was right and deicide wasn't. So there you go. It is what it is. One little spelling mistake. That's all it took. It just goes to show I'm human. What can you do? You screw up, and it is what it is. But again, Kim Krieger, thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate it. Not only that you pointed it out, but the way. Hello. I don't know if you heard that or not, but that was my cat telling me, I think it's time to feed me. All right. So what's next? Well, I'll say what's next and what's left with religion. So we've got a little bit of religion left to get through with my series. I'm going to be making a couple videos. I'm just finishing up the good and bad in the Bible, and I'm going to be making a couple of videos that are the good of the church. As you know, I've already done the bad that has happened within the Catholic Church, specifically talking about Pope Pius XII's treaty with Hitler, the AIDS epidemic, and their stance on condoms, and the molestation of children. So I've done that. So I'm finishing up the good of the Bible, going into the good and the bad of the Bible, I should say. I'm going into the good of the church. Again, I don't think anything is black and white. I think personally there's a lot more black when it comes to the church than there is white. But that's just my personal opinion. You may see it differently, and that's totally cool. I respect that. Yeah. So I want to portray as balanced a side as I can. The only problem with that is I do know I'm biased, and I have some ideas for good arguments that the church has done in the world. I was hoping I would get more personalized ones. I put out a video a couple of weeks ago now that asked for help from religious people as to what they feel the good of the church is. Unfortunately, I don't even think anyone watched that video, let alone commented on it. So it is what it is. I figured that might happen. So I do have those basic ones. I was hoping to create more of a dialogue with people by asking for that help, but some things don't go to plan. So I'll talk about the good of the church that I have heard of. I'm also going to do a little bit of research to see what people say online about it, and then I'm going to finish off that series with some philosophical ideas I have about religion. They're mostly thought experiments, and honestly, some are crazier than others. For instance, now it's only in its base. I've only started really thinking about this in my head, and remember, these are thought experiments, and these aren't really, I don't necessarily believe this to be true, but could hell be the better place to go than heaven? And I'll talk about why I think that might be the case. Again, don't take anything from that. It's just a thought experiment. It's just a philosophical idea to try and expand and grow and kind of look at things from different perspectives. So I'm going to end with some things like that, and then after that, I'm not sure what series I'm going to do. However, I think I'm going to do things a little bit differently from now on. I don't think I'm going to do super long series like I have with either veganism and religion. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing them, but I think a mix of topics is going to be better going forward. I may do other long series, like this isn't set in stone. A lot will depend on what I want to talk about and what's going on in the world today and stuff like that. I'm also thinking of talking about some things I see in the news, a segment, maybe not every week, but maybe every couple of weeks, where this story is interesting, it came up, what do I think it is, what do I think it means, is there something more behind this, etc. So I've got all those things in the works for after religion. I want to get through religion and then I'll figure that out. I really want to talk about entitlement because my God, that is the epidemic going on right now. I have had some very interesting encounters with people. Anyway, story for another time. And just to finish off here, now this isn't a complaint by any means. I just think that this is interesting and it's a bit of an observation. I find that there's a very interesting thing when you're making YouTube videos. So personally, I try to limit my videos to 15 minutes long. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes you just need a little bit longer. I mean, really, a good YouTube video is less than 5 minutes if you're talking about keeping people interested in the topic. But how can you really talk about anything decently in 5 minutes? I mean, if you want to touch on any nuance whatsoever, like that's tricky. Maybe I'll challenge myself and make a bunch of 5-minute videos about stuff, and then people will get annoyed, because this is the other side of the coin. You want to keep a video not super crazy detailed and not super crazy long, because you want people to watch your video, but then you also want to have some detail, because there are those people out there that will come at you and say, oh, you don't know enough about this topic yet to be talking about it. Which is very, very interesting. So when I do a video, if there are facts in it, if there's any historical information, I always make sure I do research. And like I said, I research it. I write about a page and a half, 2 pages, depending on what the topic is, and I include those facts and stuff that I want to include in my quote-unquote scripts. I don't really have scripts, they're just bullet points, but I'll also include like facts that I want to, just so that I have the right facts and they're there on the screen so that I can read them. Like for this one, I only have a bullet point for each of the major topics I'm talking about, so, and then after that it's just coming right out of my brain. Also, by the way, you'll notice sometimes I have like a pen or a Sharpie or something in my hand. It's just to just for my hand to play with, because sometimes that keeps some of the thoughts as I'm talking in my brain more at bay, because I'm semi-focusing on this as well. I'll just twirl it in my fingers or whatnot. Sometimes you don't see that because I generally keep it below the camera. But every now and again, as I'm expressing something, you'll see a pen in my hand. That's the reason for that. But yeah, that's this video, and again, it's over 15 minutes. I can't win. I'm not gonna refilm it. I could probably cut a lot out, but I'm not gonna refilm it. But so yeah, that's my coffee thoughts for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Cheers, and before I go, I just want to say that you are an important person, no matter what anyone else tells you. Have a good week. Bye-bye.